You said the pick. Never mind.
Hey, welcome back to an episode of Frank's Presents the Play Call. Sorry, presents the play call. We in here, tired, traveled distances far and wide, but we here together. Nikki's gonna get on later on. She's taking care of something. What's up, June? How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling good, man. Extremely grateful that I was invited to the big day yesterday. Um, and I was a part of it. So definitely happy to I was able to attend and be there. So I'm feeling good, man. So I'm on a high, like uh like I think I'm probably on a higher high than you. So I'm feeling good, man. You can't break me down. Hey, if you didn't make me, you can't
And
break me.
break
That was
me.
the antenna.
What's up, Bree? How you feeling?
Tired. Super jet lagged. It's only 5 o'clock over here. I went and took a nap. Didn't hear not one of the three alarms. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired. I had so much fun this past weekend and past week. Um, all went out to Virginia to celebrate Mr. Franklin himself. And embark on a new journey that he's about to face off on. So congratulations, Frank. Very
Thank you,
proud of you.
thank you, thank
You
you,
have
thank
two
you.
more. You have two more things coming in, so just be patient.
Yeah, I will be. They got me so many gifts, y'all, that now hopefully once I get time to set it up, I could take this green screen down and it just be like a background. Not as good as June's though. June's office is nice.
Well, you could paint. I don't know if you want to
Yeah,
paint.
I don't know if I'm painting. I'm leaving in 2 years. I don't think I'm painting. But anyway, I do appreciate the gifts. I do appreciate all the love the last couple of days and everything that's been going on. It's been still overwhelming. I'm still decompressing, still processing. But watch the game on Thursday. I know you're looking up the notes and stuff. But it was interesting. That one game on Thursday, which was a good game, is stirring up the league with a lot of different questions from different people in regards to the Chiefs. I did not know that Jared Goff was 2-0 versus Patrick Mahomes.
This undefeated, bro. This is
Yep.
unstoppable right now.
That's crazy. And
Yeah.
normally that's not even a stat to mention, but because Patrick Mahomes is that guy right now, that team is that team. They're the face, if you want to say, of football in a sense, right? He's been to what, 4 Super Bowls and won 2, or been a 3 and 1 2.
He's been to 3 and 1 2.
And 1 2.
His only loss was the Bucks.
Yep, the Bucks. So, and he's only lost in the AFC twice, which was to Burrow and the Bengals and Brady and the Patriots. So, a lot of us, I know I didn't think they would lose on Thursday. I didn't. And I just thought that because of the team and the organization, they would find a way to win. And it was a close game. That pick six, I think, did change. It got the Lions back on track. But it was very interesting to watch. I'm not gonna say struggle. I feel like the struggle is such a bad word, but maybe not look like they normally look any other day when they play a team. But I'm sure Bree got some questions she wants to talk about, so I don't want to go into it. But that's my take on the game. It showed a different dynamic, and it just showed that when the team is not playing or the team is not performing, then it's gonna hurt. So, what was your take on it, June?
Man, I tell you, Detroit probably came in with the biggest potato chip on their shoulder that anyone could have. And the head coach, he being a former player for the Lions. That's what we're talking about, right? The Lions.
Yeah.
He being a former player for the Lions, I think he had another immense chip on his shoulder just because of the lack of success that Detroit has had the entire franchise, ever since Barry Sanders left pretty much. And even with the success of Megatron, it wasn't as magnificent, so to speak. But then whatever he did last year, coming in this year, and then they said, you know what? We're gonna go to Kansas City, the Super Bowl champions, and we're just not gonna go to Kansas City. We're gonna beat Patrick Mahomes, the MVP, the Super Bowl MVP, the MVP of the season of the league, and and we're gonna prove a point. And if it wasn't for honestly, they would have scored more points. They made that bad fumble, right? And they didn't capitalize. They didn't capitalize on that 4th and 2, which was a poor decision. Which they would have put up another field goal if they would have or whatnot. So they could have easily won the game, 28 or 29 to 20, if it wasn't for that right there. So I'm there's more to this, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to it. So I'm not gonna jump the gun. But I asked Bree a question yesterday, and the question was, if Kelce would have played, would the Lions have won? And I'm gonna answer my part off the rip. I think if Kelce would have played, then yes, I think the Chiefs would have won, and the Lions would have came up short. I just think that he's a huge piece and a huge dynamic to that strategy, that game plan. That regardless of who's out there, I just think that he's a major piece to that offense.
Well,
Mhm.
I'll go answer the question after Bree gives her take on the game herself.
I gotta feed my dog. That's why I moved out my room.
Okay.
So, to answer June's question that he asked me, I also said yes. I think they would have won. So Travis Kelce has not. This is his first time he's missed the NFL game since 2014. Fun fact: he has not missed one game. Out the kitchen. Out. He has not missed since 2014. Kelce is Mahomes' safe space, right? He's Mahomes' safe space, right? Even when they got rid of Tyreek Hill, and they had all those brand new wide receivers, the running backs and Travis Kelce was Mahomes' safe space. The offense didn't look as bad as I thought they were going to look. You had Kadarius Toney missing everything that was getting thrown to him. Everything. But my question for you, overall, I think that the game was pretty good. Goff looked good. Looked like he was struggling just a little bit the first 2 drives that the Lions had for offense. But once they scored that first touchdown, it's like the offense got their groove in. Except for that fumble that June mentioned. The Lions have some really, really good weapons on offense. Then you had CJ Gardner-Johnson out there, and he's back healthy, ready to play, ready to go. The defense looked pretty good, looked really, really normal. I think, why are people scared to hit Patrick Mahomes?
I thought he got hit a lot. Honestly, I thought he got
No, but like when he would run for the first down, like they'll stare at him. Remember? Because I was actually sitting next to Frank, and I was like, why are they like just watching him run? Like, why are they scared to hit him? And I think Tyson said it best. Tyson said, because they hit Patrick Mahomes, it's a flag coming.
I mean,
go ahead, Frank.
no, I was gonna say, so to answer you, I think yes, if Kelce was there, it would have made a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it would have made a difference because it was something that people point out that I wasn't thinking about. When he's there and he's such a big target, you got to cover him. You got to make sure he's covered, maybe double teamed, right? Which when you do that, you can't go man with everybody else. And like Bree said, that's his safe space, right? So having Kelce there, regardless of whether he's going to get the ball or not, he's going to attract attention. He knows how to be around the area if Mahomes needs him. You know what I'm saying? So if he has to check down to him instead of the running back, he can do it. And by him being there, since they got to double him, they can't go man everybody else. The Lions went man defense, I think, the whole game. And that's why Mahomes couldn't get the ball out to them, because they were, he had to hold on to the ball probably longer than what he wanted to. So I don't know if they still would have won. I like to say no. I think that Kelce would have made that much of a difference. But then by saying that, I feel like I'm negating Mahomes' talent, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That because it's like, and I hate to do this because I need
So
to know
let's
how
talk
to cut.
about it. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about it because that's the question that was asked on the show. We're not going to say the name just in case,
Yeah.
the copyright. But it was asked, did Travis Kelce make Patrick Mahomes who he is today?
And that's so we don't know that. This is why I'm gonna say this. We don't know that because we don't have a sample size. We don't have more games without Kelce, right? We can say that Tyreek Hill didn't make him because they went and won a Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill. And this is the first game of the season. Even though Mahomes' record in week 1 is, I think, he's undefeated or whatever it is. However, you can't say never in a game, right? So for us to think that he would never lose a week 1 game is crazy. We already knew that the receiving core was going to be a problem because they didn't have any outside of Kelce. Who do they have in the receiving core, right? So, like I was saying, I don't want to negate Mahomes' great or what he's done and accomplished in his short time in the NFL because of one person not being there. That's like us saying that an organization is going to fail if one person isn't there when it shouldn't fail, because if that person's gone, somebody else should be able to step up and play.
But I know it's only one game, right? But it's the season opening, right? You just won the Super Bowl. You got rid of your wide receiver 1 in the offseason, right? That is your chance. And then Kadarius Toney went to them last year, So you should have built that chemistry a little bit better, knowing that Juju was gone, Kelce's getting a little older, Like, I also think it's social media, like the media portraying Mahomes to be the new GOAT and like this greatest thing ever. But you have to have that chemistry with every offensive weapon you have, just in case something like that does happen. So if Kelce is out, it's going to look exactly the same as if Kelce was there, But I also think it's he's getting a lot of backlash and a lot of people are talking about, is he really him, because of how much hype they put around him to begin with. So it's just like Frank has said it, he's human too. We're allowed to make mistakes, But I think it's the media that portrays him to be this perfect quarterback in today's era, that the minute he makes a mistake, it's like, is he really him? Did this person make him X, Y, and Z,
I mean, it's our fault, right? It's the I'm not going to say ours, but I'm going to say ours because we do a podcast. But it's the analysts, the people that watch football, his fan base. I'm when people start talking about the greatest ever, I kind of cringe because take Brady out the picture. You have other quarterbacks like Montana, Dan Marino, Peyton Manning. There's so many other people that you can talk about that put their work in and came up the way. We were talking in my house, and I said, it was a discussion where I'm like, hey, he landed on the perfect team. That team was just in the playoffs the year before and winning with Alex Smith, but Alex Smith couldn't take him to the next level. So here comes Mahomes with a good coach, a good organization, a good team. They're drafting well, they're developing players well, and now they start winning. He's probably a more improved Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was doing the sidearm throws before, so was Matthew Stafford. He didn't invent this throw. There was a lot of things that Mahomes does that other people have done. Now, he makes it look effortless. After watching The Quarterback on Netflix, I started to like him more because what I saw in him, what he does in the offseason, reminded me of what Peyton, Brady, all these guys do with their receivers in the offseason, which is stay practiced and stay consistent to build that chemistry. But I think, was it Bree that said, if you're that great of a quarterback, then you're gonna do what it do with whoever you got in there. And for me as a fan, and I saw my team go to the playoffs. I don't remember how far they went in the playoffs that year, but they made it to the playoffs with Danny Woodhead, Amendola, Deion Branch, and Edelman. None of those guys are taller than 6 feet. None of them, I think, like 5'9". So when you sit there and you have a team like that, we expect that greatness to always come through, and it just didn't this day. And so I guess my question back before I get, let me say this stat first. So I Googled how many Super Bowl winning teams lose week 1. Defending Super Bowl champions are 13-5 in kickoff games. The Giants, Baltimore Ravens, New England Patriots, Los Angeles Rams, and the Kansas City Chiefs are the only 5 defending Super Bowl champions to have lost week 1. So it's not something that we don't see, right? It's happened, probably rarely, but it's happened. My question is, was it more Chris Jones that was missing on the defense, or was it more Kelce on the offense to help the Chiefs win?
More Chris Jones and more Kelce. Sorry, more Kelce. Chris Jones sitting out, and they showed him in the booth at the game in civilian clothes with the brand new Seahawks hat that they just dropped like 2 weeks ago. Like it's like even if he was in the game, it's that offense that was making those mistakes. Even if he was in the game, that pick six still would have happened. Even if he was still in the game, St. Brown would have scored that touchdown. Them running backs still would have been running through that defense. Right? So I don't think he's good. He's good. I don't think he is the biggest game changer. And he's the one that was going to turn that game around like Kelce was when it came to that offense. I don't think that defense was the main issue because, again, we said it last year during the season. Goff found his groove in Detroit. Goff found his groove in Detroit. He got good weapons out there. That system and that organization works well with the Lions. So, no, I don't think it's Chris Jones. And you're not getting the same amount of money as Nick Bosa, which we'll talk about. But, yeah.
Am I frozen?
Yeah, you are frozen on our end. You might want to turn your camera off and turn it back on.
I'm trying to find a little camera thing on here. But can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's the video. It's like the video.
I know it's just loading, but I'll do that in a second. I just want to say this before I lose my train of thought. So we talked about something, Frank, in your house, right before the game, and we talked about the head coach. We talked about, is Andy Reid one of the greatest of all times, right? You not having, and I'm not trying to contradict what I said about if Kelce was there, would they have won the game. So 2 things. I don't want to discredit the Lions of what they did because I think they did a hell of a job by going over there, and like I said, they went into Arrowhead and they beat Kansas City Chiefs and the so-called greatest quarterback out there right now, right? Arguably, and they did their job. So I'm always gonna praise the Lions for doing what they did. However, Chris Jones, zero to me. Zero impact. I think would have been a little bit more. Would have been a little bit more. More pressure. Yes. However, that team looked like it was ready to play without Chris Jones, and they did a hell of a job without Chris Jones. Now, I'm gonna take it back, and I'm an Andy Reid fan, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this loss on Andy Reid as well. You had the entire offseason, arguably one of the greatest NFL coaches out there, and you're gonna tell me you can't prepare for the Detroit Lions? You can't prepare for what a 3rd-year coach? What's his name? The Lions coach. Is he a 3rd year?
Campbell?
Yeah, Campbell. Right. And you can't prepare for that team. So regardless, was the pressure too much for Tony and them because now they had to make it work and they just couldn't? So I'm gonna put a little bit of this blame, not a little bit, I'm gonna put a large percentage of this blame on Andy Reid itself because he, as the head coach, had to make the adjustments just like Mahomes had to make it on the field. I think Mahomes did his job out there. I didn't think he did a horrible job. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that Andy Reid shouldn't take a lot of this blame when I think he should have. And
No, I
and,
agree.
and if Tony kept making those mistakes throughout the game, then why the hell are you gonna keep throwing that play call to goddamn Tony? You know his hands are made out of wood in the second half, so stop. So they could have went to the backup tight end. I think Bree and I talked about, he did a good job. Maybe they should have explored that just a little bit more. I don't know. But yeah, just to answer that question, I don't think Chris Jones had a zero impact. If anything, I think he needs to talk to those two agents that he was with at the game and say, hey, we need to make this happen because it looks like they can make this happen without me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if that offense was clicking better, the Chiefs' offense, and I've said this before, their best defense is the fact that they can score 30-plus points a game. So, and that they're never out of it. So, yeah, I agree with you. Chris Jones needs to either humble himself and take less money. Now, if that would be a different argument if even Kelce was in there and they still lost because the defense couldn't stop the lines. That's different. But right now, that offense was struggling. And yeah, Tony, Kadarius Toney was dropping, passes and stuff like that. But the whole team, you could tell Mahomes didn't feel comfortable. Every quarterback on one of our teams always had a weapon that you can go to. Always. Always. In New England, you had Gronk or you had Edelman. Big Ben had he had the he had Antonio Brown at one point and Le'Veon Bell, so he was good, and the Eagles got theirs, so that I'm not going to discredit, but I agree he might want to have his agent reduce those numbers or something.
Sorry, I was trying to eat dinner really, really quick too. So that's the first game, that was pretty good. We all watched it together. I thought that was pretty dope. So yes. Oh, June is gone.
Yeah.
All right. We sure did. So there's two key players who is not signing an extension before tomorrow. Should I wait for June to come back, or should I just say it?
Just go ahead, run through it. We just
all right. So the first one, what Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson is not expected to sign a contract extension before tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides made a strong effort to get the deal done, but the plan is now to revisit it after the season. Now, the main key one that is bigger right now is the Bucs and Mike Evans, and they will not be extending his deal by today. Today's player imposed deadline. Evans will now be playing on his last year of his contract and plans to explore his free agent options in 2024. Mm-hmm. So, I think they're going to explore it next year with Justin Jefferson, and he's going to get paid. Now with Mike Evans, though, what does that say for the Bucs this year? Like, do you think he's still going to give it his all and go all out? Or remember, he's still somewhat injured too. Like, he's still very injury prone too. Is it best for him to go all out and play this year, explore free agency, or keep working on trying to get that extension before free agency starts?
If I'm him, I'll go out there and play. Obviously be smart. Don't try to do too much. What I mean by trying to do too much is, look,
hurt himself.
Exactly. A lot of these receivers, because they want to win the game, they want to do something. They sometimes know, instead of going down, they keep trying to run, and then that's how your ankle get hurt, your knees hurt. Something happens and you go down. And you probably should have went down when you saw it coming and protected yourself. What I was thinking about today when I knew we were going to record, I was thinking teams need to trade for him. Teams need to go after him. The Chiefs don't have a true wide receiver one. You got to think. You have him and Kelce on the field at the same time. Two big targets.
And he already got a Super Bowl ring, so it's like
exactly. They said somebody else too. I would heard listening to this, but you got people like the Bills could use him. Who else? Jets got wide receiver. Hell, the Patriots don't have a real wide receiver one. They could use him. You got teams out there that could use him as a wide receiver one, or to complement the other wide receiver one. So no, I would, if I'm a team out there, I'd be like, listen, I'll trade for him. You know,
I was waiting for June to say, "I'll take him."
He will take him. The Eagles take anybody that's talented and can play. But no, I think he has 1,000 yards in all of his seasons. That's a record. So I wouldn't want to give that up. So I expect him to play. I don't expect him to go out there and kill himself, but I expect him to play. And you know it, and they already said they're not going to renew it. So in his mind, he already knows he's going somewhere else. So if you want to go somewhere else good, you want to play and show people that you still have the talent to be there and you want to be great. Because what you don't want is to, like you said, kind of be selfish and protect yourself to not get her so you can negotiate a contract. But then somebody says, oh, but last year you didn't go over 1,000 yards. You had less touchdowns. You had less, and all because you was preserving yourself for the next team. So no, I would go out there and play it, but be smart. Be smart about it.
Now, do you think it's good for him to explore the AFC or stay in the NFC? Because I feel like AFC stacked. AFC has the weapons, the quarterbacks. You know, there's some teams that need, a true wide receiver one. But look at the NFC. Like that conference is struggling if you're not the 49ers or the NFC East,
So I guess my answer to that would be it's something he has to decide whether he's chasing more rings or just chasing money. Because if he's chasing rings, then go to AFC, pick a team, take a team-friendly deal and go. But if he's trying to get paid, you're right. There's more teams in the NFC that could use him. Green Bay. Who does Green Bay have?
Just Christian Watson.
Exactly. The Vikings got Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? The Bears, they got it. They got DJ Moore, but Claypool, they got their people.
Seahawks have DK Metcalf.
Yeah, they got a good team over there too. So,
look at the Rams.
The
Cooper
Rams are.
We'll talk about Cooper Kupp being on IR.
Mm-hmm. I think. I don't know. I think I stay NFC.
The Cardinals don't have one, but
that's the thing, though. Do you want to go somewhere where your last few years that you have, you're going to be overworked and not get nothing for it? And when I mean nothing, yeah, they're going to get paid, but I'm talking about like a ring.
Give me 1 second. Let me throw this out really fast.
Okay. Yeah, June's connected.
Talk about jet lag.
I bet. June.
Oh.
He logged back in.
There you go.
June.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah. I had to restart this thing. I don't know what happened.
You
So
blurred out your background.
I see. Hey, Bree, ask him the same question. See what he says.
So my question is, so we talked about how, can you hear? Can you hear June?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we just talked about was how Justin Jefferson is not expected to sign an extension before tomorrow. But he's eligible to sign one after the season. But Mike Evans and the Bucks did not come to a extension. So he's on his last years playing with Tampa, and he plans to explore his free agency next season. So my question was, he already has Super Bowl ring, remember? So he got the ring, he's good, you know? Do he go and explore the AFC, or do he go and try to explore another NFC team where there's not really that much wide receiver competition as it is in the AFC? And I already said June, so we'll take him.
I'll take him. Uh,
You already have a wide receiver 1 and 2.
we need a
All right.
third. Now, I think it's gonna boil down to his preference, and I say that in a sense of, does he want another ring or does he want to get paid?
And that's
So
exactly
I
what
don't
Frank
think
said.
it would
That's what
matter.
Frank said, literally.
Yep. So I don't think it would. I think it's kind of crazy because I mean he said he wants a long-term deal. So I'm not gonna put him on the same boat as Hopkins because to me Hopkins, it was a weird decision. I still don't get it. But I mean he could easily put himself in a competitive team easily. I mean, he's proven. I mean, we were talking about it. Frank said it. My dude has like 1,000 yards, every year. I mean, one of the few wide receivers to do that. So, um, it'll be an easy pickup for any team. He's proven. He's proven. He's a big body. Um, he wants a long term deal, so he's trying to commit to a team. He's not just there just to sign a one or 2 year tender.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I mean, he would be a great fit at I mean, can you just imagine him going to Chicago and being a number one or number two next to Moore and Fields? That would be a deadly combination and a good pickup for Chicago if that was to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree.
He has 9 consecutive seasons with 1,000 yards or more.
Crazy.
He
Crazy.
has a total of 81 touchdowns in his career. And about over 10,425 yards. The thing with him, his touchdowns is weird because first he had 12, then 3, then 12. But he didn't play as many games. Then 5, 8, 8, 13, 14, and 6. Listen, man, I think anybody that gets him is going to be great, especially if he's not the main target. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he could spread the field to you. He can be the toss-up guy. You need to throw the ball up in the air and he'll catch it. That's what he could do. So I don't know. I like Mike Evans. I do. I just want to see him go somewhere. If Tampa's not going to give him the money, then either shop him around and let him go somewhere where he can be proactive and effective. But like you said, June, and I said, he has to make a choice. Do I want money or do I want more rings? If I want more rings, then I need to go to a team that's ready to go right now. Because he is 29, I think pushing 30. For a wide receiver that you're getting up there, it's not the same. So
I think he is in his 30s, like early 30s. I think Mike Evans is a
He's
little.
30. He's 30, I think, on that. Like 30 on that.
yeah, because
They were
last
talking
year he
about.
was 29. So yeah.
49ers and Nick Bosa have agreed to a new massive deal. He gets a 5-year, $170 million deal.
He got
I
paid.
think all these players though, like if you think about it lately, it seems like it's like this highest paid player tag that you put on and these players the last 15 months. It's becoming so common. It's like, yeah, he's the highest player. Give it about 2 months. Somebody else is gonna have that tag, so on and so forth. And it just shows the business of the NFL and they're being exploited as far as that the money wise goes, because
Mm-hmm.
this was never happening back in the day,
No.
and the money was still coming in like it's coming in like back in the day. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know, man. I think it's good for him, good for him. But I mean, just yesterday we were talking about Jalen Hurts mega contract, and look at him now. Now he's just
Mm-hmm.
like, he's top 5, top 7, or whatever.
I mean, look, we know he's great. That's that team. I'm not gonna say they need him, but it helps out the defense to have a guy like him on the field. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Have him on the field. And obviously the 49ers figured out that he is a valuable asset to our defense and to our team. So we're gonna pay him, and I'm happy for him. And I can't it's hard to talk about it when you don't think if you knew he didn't deserve it and they gave it to him, like, y'all, you crazy, bro. Why you but with him, we knew it. Listen, obviously they look at the difference between Chris Jones and him.
Oh yeah.
They paid him. So that tells you that organization feels that you're that important to us that if I don't pay you this money, we're going to be asked out. So I'm gonna pay you the money. Again,
Yeah.
I don't know. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Some teams are more quick to make decisions, other are not. I think yeah, I think that's dope. I think he's good. I think he's worth the money, and I hope it translates to something on the field. You know what I mean? Like I hope that it keeps him motivated to just go out there and still be a disruptor like he is and help that defense out.
I agree. You know who else got paid?
Cool.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has
Sure.
reached an agreement with the Bengals on a 5-year, $275 million extension that includes $219.01 million guaranteed and makes him the highest paid player in NFL history.
Yo, they just reset the market. It's still not 230, but that's damn near close to it. That's crazy.
He got paid.
Yeah.
Paid.
You know what? I think this may be a controversial statement, but I think he's a lot more proven than Jay Herbo. Um, I think he's better than Jay Herbo. As a matter of fact, I think he should have got paid way more than Jay Herbo. Jay Herbo's good. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking that from him. But someone went to the Super Bowl and the other one let a team come back for 27 points and they couldn't get over that hump.
You know how I feel about Burrow.
Yeah. I would say record breaking wise, quarterback style wise, Jay Herbo. Team wise, Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah. To me, look, Joe Burrow.
That's just my opinion, Joe.
But somebody was saying it on one of the shows how if it wasn't for that call, man, and we can debate whether it should have been thrown the flag or not. We can do that. Hey, the Bengals would have been back in the Super Bowl again. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not saying they would have won. We don't know because your team got 70 sacks on the year, as a team. So I don't want to sit here and say, oh yeah, they were still going to beat the Eagles because we don't know that. And matchups are scary, right? They were talking about it in one of the clips where the Lions matched up well against the Chiefs. The Bengals match up against the Chiefs. It's a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's what it was. They were talking about the Browns and the Bengals. They were saying that the Browns, it's not a good matchup for the Bengals. They struggle against the Browns. Just like Mahomes and company struggles against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Joe, look, Shiesty, this is where the rings come in, and I would say I'm contradicting myself because I think rings do matter, but not every team is gonna win, and you can't, right now, and I've said this for years. The Chiefs are just ahead of their times. They were so far ahead of everybody else that now teams are catching up. But by this time, they have 5 years of consistent work that now it's just going to be hard to overcome them if they can just keep going in that chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So I love Joe Burrow. Got paid. You said 200 and what guaranteed?
200. Hold on, let me go back.
219.
Yeah, he said 219, right?
219.
219 mil guaranteed. Yo, let me hold something, fam. I just retired. Give me a gift. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy is I don't think that's gonna stop him from being great. I think if
No,
anything,
it's not.
it's gonna propel him higher because I feel he do got a chip on his shoulder. I feel like people are sitting here and doubting him. You know, like we do it. Oh, but he got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. You know what I'm saying? So how good really is he without those guys? We don't know. You know, so it's like, but I love Burrow, man. Congratulations. Hats off to him.
Yes, congratulations to Joe Burrow. I do think he does deserve it. And the last topic before we have pictures and then the rest of week one predictions. I already wrote them down, but we can go through them. The last is news that came out today. Sad news that came out today, especially people who drafted this person in fantasy football. That's Cooper Kupp. Rams are placing wide receiver Cooper Kupp on injured reserve due to his lingering hamstring issues. Cooper Kupp will now be sidelined with a minimum of 4 games, starting with Sunday's regular season opening at Seattle. So the 4 games that Cooper Kupp is now assured to be missing is at Seattle, 49ers at home, at Cincinnati, and at Indianapolis.
I think it's smart. I think it's smart. Well, he's saying he's going to go to a specialist, right? That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go to a specialist to find out why he keeps having this hamstring issue, which I think is smart. Here's why I say it's smart on the team to do this. 1, I don't think that the Rams are going to do anything this year. 2, out of the 4 teams you mentioned, 3 are killers. And that if he goes out there and trying to help the team win, again, team concept, makes the wrong move, gets tackled the wrong way, now you might lose him for the entire season. So I'd rather lose him for 4 games where we might be 2-2. We could be 1-3. You know what I'm saying? So, or 3-1, whichever you want to look at it. But I'd rather have my go-to guy, Triple Crown winner, later on in the season when I know that he's healthy, he knows what he got going on, and he's good to go, than not have him at all.
Yeah. Nope, I agree. June?
I don't know, man. I think all these miscues and that organization over there in LA is so skewed. Um, I don't know how they're doing it. I really don't. Like, they don't got draft picks. They got rid of their best corner. They got a solid best player, arguably, which is Donald. And your best receiver is not going to be there. Your quarterback is Stafford. He's not horrible. He's not extremely great, but he's not horrible. I don't know what they're doing. And then the Stetson, he's out for
I
the
was
first
gonna,
game.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
He's out. He hurt his shoulder, so he's not playing either. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't even know what to
I was gonna
say
say
about
the mailman's out too. That's submitted. I was just thinking in Georgia.
the whole team. The whole team is kind of like, yeah. Cooper Kupp is out, and he's special.
I'm
He's
about
a
to go
special.
drive. I'm about to go drive an hour and a half and go suit up myself, like
You know what
instead of
I'm
going
saying?
to where they need somebody.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that meme. Hey, if you own an LA Rams jersey, hey, the practice is gonna be a tryouts is gonna be Saturday at 10 o'clock.
So I don't own a jersey, but I own a baseball T-shirt.
Just go. That's good. That's good enough.
I'm so jet lagged. Sorry, y'all. I'm yawning. I'm tired. Well, I'm waiting for Frank. So,
So my question to you about the LA.
hold on. I'm talking to the people.
Oh, okay.
I
I don't
keep
know
yawn.
what
I got like it's very disrespectful to be yawning. So talk to people. So, but I live in California now, so the time difference is completely different. Um, went to Frank's last night. And then we you dropped me off around midnight. Oh, ooh, around midnight, and I had a 6 o'clock flight, which means we have to get to the airport by at least like 5. Um, and so when I got to my room, my dog wasn't feeling well, so I was trying to cater to him. I also had to pack, shower, get ready. And then by that time, it was about 2:30, almost 3 o'clock. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay up. So I stayed up the entire night and got up and got ready so that way I was ready to go when June came to pick me up and take me to the airport. See, June, he's on Eastern time, so it's normal for June. Me, I end up landing in California at noon, noon my time, which is 3 p.m. Their time. I had to stop a layover. Eh, I can't sleep like sitting up, so it was hard for me to get some rest on the plane. Landed, took like a 3.5 hour nap, missed my alarms to record, and it's still bright in daylight, but I'm so tired. So sorry, I just have to let the people know what was going on, too. I gotta get back adjusted back to the time schedule because I'm thinking it's like almost 10 o'clock at night and it's 6:44 p.m. All right. What was your question for me, June? Sorry, I just had to let people know why I'm yawning so much.
Um, girl, you done threw me off. Though you did tell the people why you were tired in the beginning, though we spoke about it. Um,
I had
you
to
can tell you,
explain why I was tired, like look at my
I was
eyes.
tired too. I was tired. I was asked to pick Bree up, to go to Frank's thing, and Bree, like, she's like, I'm almost ready. Like 45 minutes later, I'm waiting outside, and I'm like, good lord, the car shut off twice because it was one of those like electric kind of what do you call it, Mercedes or whatever, and that was that. But yeah, if you're gonna pick Bree up, just bring a bag of chips and the Snickers because you're gonna be out there
I
waiting.
didn't know that's he's lying. Like he's full of sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah, so if you're gonna go to a game with her, let her know that the game really starts at 12, so you guys can make it there by 1.
No, I'm early. I'm an early person, so I like to be on time for everything.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, I guess the oh, that's dope. That's dope. The little mini people.
You
You
have
know,
some too.
huh?
You and Doc have them too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they're super dope. I want to take them out the
Should I
box, but
open it?
I don't. I thought about it, but then I think they're like collectors. I think they're gonna become like a collector's thing, but I don't
Yeah,
know
they
yet.
are. But look,
Yeah.
that's me. That's me, Frank. That's me next to Najee.
So I guess
You're muted. You're muted.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, that looks like me
Yep, that's
and
you,
Najee
the first lady.
and TJ. And then that's me and James Conner's child. I took him to his first Steelers. See, look at us. Look at me and my son.
one big happy family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, June got Little People, and then I got it because I saw June's, and then I saw my homeboy NC1 Williams doc. He has the Bills ones. June, you got yours?
What's that?
The Little People.
Oh yeah. I got them
And
right
then
here.
we gotta get Frank and Nikki some Little People too.
Where y'all got them at? Oh. Well, you
They
bought
they actually if you go to Fisher Price toys or whatever, I think Fisher Price, they sell them for
Like
25. If you
the
go on
baby
eBay, it's gonna pay you for 75.
Fisher Price, like where they make the babies toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, so you can see better. That's my son. That's James Conner Jr.
Let me see something. I had something here.
That's me. Najee. TJ.
So what you doing the pictures now?
Yeah, we're gonna do pictures now.
All right.
June's trying to do show and tell. June, let me see your does your people look like you? Like the Steelers one is perfect because it's a black girl. That's me. That's me.
What's that?
I said the Steelers one is perfect because it's a black girl. It's me. Does your little people look like you at least?
Yeah, my daughter. My daughter look white.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
no, turn it to the side. Turn it to the side where it shows the people on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, look at June with the beanie at the bottom.
Not doing with the beanie at the bottom.
That look just like him. Put it up closer. Watch. Look. That's his twin.
It is me. That is. You're right. That's me.
He look Hispanic too.
All
What
right.
a coincidence.
And no stereotyping right here.
We gotta get your little people. All right, so let's do.
I'm gonna make a plaque for us, but I didn't get an opportunity to. As you guys talk, I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna show you what I was gonna do, but I just haven't had time. Just haven't had time. Frank, man, I was gonna give you something yesterday and I completely forgot. I told Bree to remind me, she didn't.
No, he didn't.
Bree told me I was a thug yesterday.
So Frank, I'm gonna send you one of these. So this is the Puerto Rico hat box.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you one of these, and the thing that reminded me was the bottom it said "La tierra de Borinquen donde nacido yo."
Yeah. And the song.
So it's coming from there. So
the Puerto Rican national anthem.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So for our listeners, at Frank's retirement, a Navy tradition, you do color guard and you sing the national anthem. But right afterwards, Frank had the Puerto Rican national anthem being sung. It was so beautiful.
Super dope.
She
super
was
dope.
so
I had
talented.
goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie. I had goosebumps.
Super talented, beautiful voice. My favorite part was your mom was recording, going like this, singing along with her to the national anthem.
Yeah, I was watching her.
I loved it.
Yeah, she was singing it. I forgot, there was one more person singing it too. And I did that. So, real quick to get off football. I did that to show pride. I wasn't born in Puerto Rico. And a true story is that I always struggled with claiming it because people would say, oh, well, you wasn't born there, so you're not that. And it was until I heard I saw the video of Mark Anthony at the Garden, and he did Preciosa, a song where he's talking about Puerto Rico. And then in that same song, he says, I'm Puerto Rican no matter where I go. Because I through the inheritance of my parents, that's in my blood. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? That's true. My parents are from there. And because they're from there, I am that. And no matter where I go, you ain't going to take it away from me. So it's only fitting that when I did it, I wanted to parade the Puerto Rican flag and I was told it was not allowed. So I just called the audible, and Miss Valerie Morales, she did a great job. She does the national anthems at the Phillies games. She's a recording artist. She has a radio station in Tampa. She's a very nice lady. And she's awesome, and it was great. So, all right, back to football.
Low key, I thought Tito Trinidad was gonna come out of there at one point or another right after. But we'll talk about it afterwards.
Bro, listen, man. If I could have pulled some stuff out, I would have. Yeah, I would have. But I think that was dope.
All right, so the first one is build your offense 90s edition. So you have to pick one quarterback, one running back, two wide receivers, and the tight ends. And this is the 90s edition. So I can go first since I seen it already. So I would go. My team would be Troy Aikman, Jerome Bettis, Jerry Rice, Sterling Sharp, and Shannon Sharp.
Okay. I'll go Dan Marino, Emmitt Smith. I'll probably go Jerry Rice, Torrey Holt, and Shannon Sharp.
June's gonna go his main man 300 grand. Chief, what's happening?
Hey, Randall Cunningham here. Hey, Randall Cunningham, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Torrey Holt, and I'm gonna go with Keith Jackson. I don't know much about him, but he bleed green, so that's the only thing that I need to know.
Man, imagine these icons in today's NFL.
I think they leave Brent Selleck out of a lot of stuff, so I just want to say that I own a Brent Selleck Reebok jersey. Reebok jerseys, they were the stuff back in the day. So, Brent Selleck is one of the best tight ends in the NFL, and they don't mention him enough. I just wanted to put that out there.
All right. So, NFL posted their best safeties predictions. So you have the NFC and AFC, right? Kind of like a little bracket. And championship, we had Derwin James versus Minka, and Minka ended up winning. But do we agree? I just thought this was cool. I think we should. I'm gonna try to find a bracket app, and we could do these with the old and young players for a game.
I don't know the safeties like that. Obviously Derwin James, Minka, what's my boy?
Justin Simmons, Tyrann Mathieu, Budda Baker, Jamal Adams, Antoine Winfield.
Yeah, Winfield, I know him. Poyer, Duggar, Hufanga.
Quandre Diggs.
Yep. Let me see. We know Hyde.
Presidential Adams, Jamal Adams. I'm the best in the nation. After he said that, you know how like they say like their names and in their colleges when Presidential Jamal Adams said Jamal Adams, I'm the best in the nation. After that, he's been injured since.
Yeah, that dude, he jinxed himself. Good job. Budda's there. I guess it's right. I don't know the stats out the gate to do that. I would rather see this with maybe wide receivers. You know what I'm saying?
We could do one with wide receivers as a podcast.
Yeah, but I think that's fine. I'd rather have seen in a championship an NFC versus AFC, not two AFC cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make it more.
So we could change it. We could do, honestly, the best is Budda Baker in the AFC. I mean, in the NFC.
Yeah. Now Winfield's nice too.
Yeah.
And he's young. It's not bad. I like it. I mean, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Build your all-time offense. Pick from each row. So with this, right? We're gonna change it up a little bit. Draft like you're playing fantasy PPR.
Oh,
So
so
you're gonna pick based off of who you want for fantasy.
But a
that's
PPR
interesting.
league.
Yeah, that's
PPR
interesting.
league. So
So
yeah, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna say PPR
okay,
fantasy. Who
so
you drafting?
I'm going Pat Mahomes, LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Brown, and probably Tony Gonzalez, to be honest.
June.
I'm gonna go with Tom Brady, uh, Adrian Peterson, Calvin Johnson, and dang, and Travis Kelce.
PPR league. I will go Peyton Manning, LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Brown, and Antonio Gates.
What running back you said you was going with?
LaDainian.
Okay. I picked LaDainian because he was a pass catching back too.
That's why I picked him too.
Yeah. So if I'm doing PPR, I'm gonna go with the guy that's gonna get passes thrown too. So AB's a monster. You couldn't go wrong with any that row right there.
Any of that wide receiver.
Yeah. You couldn't. And the bottom, I only went with Tony because Tony played for a long time. And he was more of that. But again, you look at consistency and who's gonna be healthy, you know what I mean? But I think you can't go wrong with any one of those, honestly.
Now I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. You ready?
Yeah.
So let's take Rob
Gronkowski out.
Rob Gronkowski. And let's put Aaron Hernandez there. Would you pick him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Strapped or not strapped?
He was a monster.
Stupid. He said strapped or not strapped.
Hey, he was a monster. I've seen his documentary.
Oh my God.
Fantasy, you have $20. Build your fantasy roster. And I picked these. I did the other one fantasy as well because it is fantasy season. We did draft. Me, June, and Frank are all in the league together, but then we're all also in 4 leagues total, and we all helped each other draft during each fantasy league. Besides the one we're all in.
Yeah. Ooh.
So I'll go first. We got $20. Let me get my calculator. So I'll go first, right? I'm gonna go $20. I'm going to, yep, I know what I'm gonna do. All right. So I'm gonna go Josh Allen for $5. Then I'm gonna go Nick Chubb for 3, so that's 8. Then I'm going to go Harris for 2, that's 10. Then I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson, that's $15. Then I'm going to go Devontae Smith for 2. So I'm at $17. And then I'm gonna go Goddard for 2 and have $1 left over.
Okay. So I'm gonna go Goff.
Okay.
1.
This dude.
I'm gonna go McCaffrey. That puts me at 6.
Yep.
Najee, that puts me at 8.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp, that puts me at 12.
Yep.
Jamar Chase put me at what, 17?
17.
And then I take TJ Hawkinson, that puts me at 20.
Yeah. All right, June, you ready?
Yep.
All right.
I'm going with Justin Fields.
Okay, 4.
I'm going with McCaffrey.
9.
I'm going with Najee Harris,
11,
AJ Brown,
okay, 14,
CeeDee Lamb,
17,
and Hawkinson.
20. All
That's
right. So this
a dangerous squad, man. I think I'm a big Fields fan. I don't know. I've been telling you
uh
guys, you know,
that's
but hey, Fields is so underrated in my opinion. You know.
mm-hmm.
We about to see what he's gonna do now because he got DJ Moore over there, and we know he can scramble. We know he can run the ball. We know he's explosive. We need to see him throw the ball. This is, and again, this is college I'm about to mention now. One thing I like about watching Deion Sanders' son is that when he scrambles out the pocket, he doesn't scramble to run. He scrambles to buy time and throw the ball. Running is the second option. It's actually his fifth or sixth because he goes through his reads and then he runs. If not, he's throwing the ball. That's what I like. I don't have a problem with running quarterbacks. I don't. I think the game has evolved and you need to do that. However, I don't like quarterbacks that want to run first. I like quarterbacks that want to throw first, run second. So I need to see more out of him. But you're right. He's a good kid. He's a good athlete too. So we'll see. We will see. I didn't pick anybody else. Because I don't know, McCaffrey's gonna get you points consistently. You could have went Austin Eckler, but then you got two of the kind of the same. I want to switch it up. But yeah, I should have just saved money and went all the ones.
All right. So week 1, right? So I'm gonna read everyone's predictions, right? So we had week 1. I'm gonna end up writing it down on paper. But week 1, we had the Lions at Chiefs. We already know the Lions won. Then we had Panthers at Falcons. Myself, Frank and June, and Nikki, we all picked Panthers. Then we have Texans and Raiders. Frank and Nikki and June picked Ravens. I picked Texans. I just got to be the black sheep, the dark horse. Next, we have the Bengals at Browns. Frank and Nikki picked Bengals. Bree and June picked Browns. Jaguars at Colts. We all picked the Jaguars. Buccaneers at Vikings. Myself and Frank picked Vikings. Nikki and June picked Bucks. Then we have Titans and Saints. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Nikki, June, and Frank picked Saints. I picked Titans. Then we have 49ers at Steelers. I picked Steelers. June, Frank, and Nikki picked 49ers. Haters. Cardinals at Commanders. We all picked the Commanders and Nikki picked Cardinals. Packers at Bears. I went Packers. June, Nikki, I said Jicky. June, Nikki, and Frank went Bears. Next, we have the Raiders versus Broncos. We all picked Raiders. Then we have Dolphins versus Chargers. Myself and Frank picked Chargers. June and Nikki picked Dolphins. Then we have Eagles and Patriots. We all went Eagles. Then we have Rams versus Seahawks. We all went Seahawks. We have Cowboys versus Giants. Me and Frank went Giants. June and Nikki went Cowboys. And then Bills versus Jets. Bills versus Jets. We all went Jets, and Nikki went Bills.
Okay.
So that is ours. Me and June right now are both tied with 1 W. So fun fact, Frank was going with the Lions before we made our prediction. But 5 minutes before our predictions, he said, I'm going to go with Chiefs. I still think they can win without Kelce. And then he was like, nah, I think I'm going to go Lions. June said, no, you said Chiefs first. You got to go with Chiefs. So basically, Frank was threatened.
No, he called me out. He called me out. He said, I picked it. So I kept my word. I went with it. I kept my word. I went with it. There's a chance
Yes.
I took. If they would have won,
So
then I would be
mhm.
one, and y'all be both with 2 losses with 1 loss apiece. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. June was doing it on purpose because he doesn't want the competition, you know?
Yep.
Hey,
So
I
I'll
didn't
go
want to
ahead,
mess up
June.
like
Sorry.
last year.
You said what?
Before we close out, go ahead, June. What'd you say?
I said I didn't want to mess up like last year. I don't know how I let that happen. I was up by like 20 wins, and then Nikki comes back and beats me by 3. I don't know how that happens. I felt like the Atlanta Falcons all over again.
Oh, okay. So before we close out and we say our final remarks, as you guys know, Mr. Franklin, Big Papi Francisco Ferrer, the GM 2.0 for the New England Patriots,
Yeah, right.
retired yesterday from the United States Navy.
Yeah.
Frank has
Oh, 26
now,
years. 26 years.
26
Right?
years, yes. So Frank now has his podcast room. And as a podcast, Frank has, stated to us that he wants a room like June. Mine is not done, but man, if I had a room like June and Bree, like it would be set. So as a podcast, and Nikki's not here, but she's also involved, we decided that we were going to help Frank up his podcast room. So Frank, do you want to do show and tell on all the beautiful things
Oh,
you
I
got?
have to go downstairs and get it. It's all downstairs.
Go get it. You got
Oh,
3 minutes.
all right, hold on.
The world got to see.
Hold on.
New and approved Eagle. I said Eagles. Patriots.
Hey, that's
So
what I'm talking about. That's supposed to be a secret. That's supposed to be a secret. The Eagles jerseys of Frank.
Look, I'm tired.
You want to see something cool that I was working on really fast? So I managed to get these right here. Look, I'm gonna tell you a fun fact too. So I managed to get these. Look, check it out.
Oh wow.
This is the Jaguar one, right?
Uh-huh.
The Patriots one,
Okay.
the Steelers one,
Okay.
the Eagles one. So I managed to track these down, and it took me a little bit because I wanted to create like a big plaque. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to do a like a like a spin raffle for all of us,
Mhm.
and the winner gets to take that, um, gets to take that, you know what I'm saying, and put it in their
Mhm.
podcast room. So it's only gonna be one. It's gonna be very unique, but it's gonna be super dope. And then
Do you
fun
want
fact,
do you want to see why I started laughing?
yeah.
So my other fantasy chat with Carter, Jalen, Carlos, Frankie, Pickford, Kiana's fiance Tally, and it um
Mm.
they're all talking right now about the Alabama game going on. And Jalen just posted this in the chat, and this is what I was laughing at.
And I'm still missing 2 things.
Oh yeah, you got 2 more things coming.
No, I mean I got 2 more things downstairs. But yeah. Hold on. Woo. All right, cool. So yeah, Alabama they just scored though. What's 23, 27? Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got me an apron. Patriots apron. So
Yep,
that's
we
one.
got you an apron. So one thing about Frank, anytime we're doing our group FaceTime call, 97.5% of the time he's in the kitchen cooking. So we were like, oh, we need to get him. He need to be cooking in style.
And this is a flag. Yeah, a team flag. So it's right in here. We have one of these little pennants.
Yep.
Yep, a pennant. Yep. We have a checkers board right here.
That's dope right there. I want that for myself. They didn't have it.
For the Eagles.
Yeah.
A reversible furniture protector for recliner. So I got to buy a recliner. So, Nikki, I'm buying a recliner. I've been trying to get a recliner. And then this thing, it lights up. You don't know how to turn it off, Bree. I don't know how to turn it off.
Me and Ava were trying to figure it out. I don't know if there's an off switch. You could probably just take the batteries out.
Actually, it's missing the off switch.
Oh.
So yeah, there is an off switch. It's like you can't see it, but it's right there, and it's not there.
Oh.
So hold on. Yeah, it's not. It's missing. That's interesting.
Okay, it can light up. You can just change the batteries. I think
Yep.
it lights up for like 3.5 months straight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I can stay there. And I have 2 more pictures downstairs, but I don't want to bring those up yet until I'm gonna put them up. But one is an authentic autographed picture from James White on the go-ahead touchdown in overtime in Super Bowl 51 against the Atlanta Falcons. And then the other one is a portrait of all 6 Super Bowl tickets and moments of those 6 Super Bowl wins for the New England Patriots. I don't, how can I put this? So listen, I love them. I love them all. I do. I struggle with sometimes showing that kind of affection just because I'm honored by the gestures, right? I don't do good with compliments, and I don't when people do things that I don't expect them to do, it makes me feel how can I put it? Not that I'm not worthy, but I don't expect it. So when it happens, I'm thrilled. Trust me, I am. I was telling Bree, I got to get a comforter because once I take this down, there's a bed behind me. So I got to get a comforter, like a Patriots comforter, and I want to put them on the walls and stuff like that, and set that up. So that's my plan. Once I take a moment to relax and figure out my next move. But no, thank you guys so much. I don't want to get emotional, but yeah, thank you very much. I didn't cry to my retirement, so I'm not gonna cry now. Yes, thank you very much.
You deserve it, and we want to help you set up your room, your man cave, your safe space.
Yes, I need to. And you know why? The green screen is cool. It's not bad. It's just I don't know. I kind of like what you guys have going on. I got this helmet here. I was gonna ask June where he got his case at. So this was given to me by my division in New England. Everybody, so I wasn't a DLCPO, I didn't get a helmet. I wasn't part of roundtable. So my divo was like, oh, that's bullshit, so he went and bought one, and everybody in the division signed it, which I think to me probably means more than a bunch of people I only see once a month signing it. But yeah, so I need to get a what you call it, one of those cases that June got and put it on to protect it because I don't want it to get messed up. I thought I lost it, so
Damn.
yeah.
Beautiful.
You just found it.
Yeah. So but yeah, man, it was good. I appreciate all the gifts, the thought and the time it took for you guys to do it. You guys know I love you guys. So I appreciate
We love
it.
you, Franklin. We love you.
Yeah,
Can't wait
definitely.
to see when that room is all put together, and
Yeah. I need to figure out
we got battle of the man caves. Do a poll on Twitter.
June got that. June's room is nice, man. June's room is what I would want my room to look like when I move into my house. You know what I'm saying? He has a shadow box back there. I would like to have both mine up and stuff like that. So yeah. But let's go ahead and
bar. He got his bar.
yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know if I want the bar in the same room I was hanging out in because if you know the amount of liquor I have downstairs that people gave me, my first drink of the day. I was doing it because we chilling, so I'm sipping, but no. So I'll go first. To close up. Listen, yeah, like June and Bree said yesterday, I celebrated my retirement. It's not my last day in the Navy officially. It'll be September 30th, but we did our ceremony. I'll be on leave until then. And it was to cap off 26 years of service, 26 years of meeting new people, coming across different places, people impacting my life, me impacting people's lives. And it was more for the family and friends, and it felt amazing to have everybody there. So it was awesome. I'm still decompressing. I'm still taking it in. And like I told you guys yesterday, and I told everybody, I didn't know how many people were there until I went to speak. And when I looked, because normally when I was getting up to get my award, relieve the watch, all that stuff, I was just focused on that one thing. I wasn't focused on everything else until I had to scan the room to talk. So I'm looking forward to watching football tomorrow. And yeah, man, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
You wanna go next, June, or do you want me to?
Yeah. I'll go next. You can close out.
Did you hate closing out?
Hey, it was a great 48 hours. Um, it was a great 48 hours. We kicked off the NFL season just to tie in the retirement in the NFL the right way. Um, Again, man, congrats again, Frank. Welcome to the other side. Now let's focus on that hundo, and it'll make the decision making a lot better. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So now we're gonna keep developing our folks. So Bree, you're next. When it comes down to success and moving forward with this stuff, and just keep on living. Man, I was talking to Nikki's mom, and we were talking about, it was ironic, and I'm gonna leave it like this. We talked about living once, and then we ended up talking about, no, you live daily and you die once. So, live daily, and make the best out of your lives on a daily basis, and don't think about the future, because you got a whole day ahead of you on a daily basis. So hey, just keep living. Tomorrow's NFL. The motherfucking Eagles are playing. They're playing the damn Patriots right there. Hey,
425. Yeah, look.
Eagles versus Patriots. And fun fact, I'm gonna close this out on my end. The Eagles are the only team in the NFL that their logo faces the left.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Never really paid attention to it. Wow.
It's Team Nation, man.
Great 72 hours in Virginia. June is right. We kicked it off watching the first game together. Got to meet Frank's amazing, wonderful family. Talked to his dad outside for a little bit. Great man. Learned about his past, growing up on a farm in Puerto Rico. That was such a beautiful story. Learned a lot of wisdom from his dad as well. Frank, your family's great, so amazing. I feel like I'm a part of the family. Also, Nikki's mom is great. Your sister, your beautiful little niece, the cutest thing. She was trying to take Toby back yesterday. The whole 3 days I was there, it was nothing but good positive vibes. And I really, really enjoyed it. Beautiful, beautiful retirement ceremony. So proud of you. I look up to you in June, like that one day. Probably not a retirement ceremony. I know my plans, but um, regardless, I'm so, so proud of you and everything. Another fun fact, it was funny. Nikki's mom thought I was Jude's wife. And she's like, okay, I'm doing a Snapchat video. Get in there, granddaughter. And then she was like, the beautiful husband and bride. And I was like, what?
You didn't say she didn't
I was
say
like,
that to the
no.
wife. She
I
did
said,
not
we
do
said,
that.
we said, no, 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 no. We're on the podcast
Yeah, I
together.
was
We
grabbing.
work
Hey, I was pulling
together.
her bag down. I was like, "What?" I said,
We had
"What?"
to explain it to her. I was like, no.
Yeah, that was
um,
interesting.
but no, great, great, great. It was good seeing Tyson. Your brother-in-law, your sister's husband, so dope, so cool. He wants to hop on the podcast. We talked about sports a lot. He liked Jason Tatum, so he's good in my book. He's just a Ravens fan. I was like, yeah, we got a little bit of beef. Another fun
Okay.
fact: him and June are the same age, and their birthdays are 2 days apart. So they are like besties now, and
And we
they're
got 3 dogs.
planning to hang out. I was like, oh yeah, look at June, found him a
That's it.
bestie. But overall, this was also a good episode. Sorry for yawning and being tired. I'm super jet lagged. I slept through all 3 of my alarms, and But I'm happy to wake up and rush and do this with you guys. NFL kicks off tomorrow. You already know the team. We're going to be watching and talking about it and everything. I'll be taking some notes on the big games that are going on tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great and safe week and weekend. First week of NFL all the way until February. Thanks for listening to Frank Presents the Play Call. Follow us on our socials. Listen to us on all of our socials. And I hope everyone has a good week. Bye.